Typically, we go to the hospital to treat an illness that we already have. But what if you walked into the hospital with something as small as a common cold, but left with something as serious as MRSA? According to an article written in 2017 by Stacy Haverstick, an RN with critical care nurse, this was the case for about 722,000 individuals in 2011. These illnesses that patients pick up when they're at the hospital are called HAIs, hospital-acquired infections, and the most common mode of transmission for these HAIs is through contaminated hands by healthcare workers. I spent hours researching how germs affect our lives and how something as simple as hand washing can help us in defense against bacteria. Today, I'm going to be talking about hand hygiene. First, I'm going to talk about how much bacteria we pick up and how it can affect us. Second, I'm going to talk about how and why people don't wash their hands. Finally, I'm going to explain how to properly practice hand hygiene. First, I'll discuss how many germs we pick up. Second, I'll discuss how these germs can play a role in our lives. Germs are everywhere. We pick them up when we sneeze, cough, or come in contact with pretty much anything. According to an article written in 2008 by Deborah McKenzie, a journalist with The New Scientist, titled "The Feminine Touch Carries More Germs," the average person's hands carry at least 3,000 different bacteria that belong to more than 100 different types of species. These germs can have a large impact on our lives. Next, I'm going to discuss how much these germs can affect us. According to an article written in 2016 titled "Hand Washing: Clean Hands Save Lives," the germs that often catch onto our hands can lead to different respiratory infections and can cause diarrhea, salmonella, and E. coli. In addition to these illnesses, they can cause other things such as MRSA. Anything that's contagious can be transmitted through contaminated hands. Now that I told you about how easy it is to pick up these bacteria, let me tell you about how many people don't wash their hands. First, I'm going to tell you about how many people don't wash their hands. Second, I'm going to tell you about how many people don't wash their hands properly. According to an article written in 2005 by the Minnesota Department of Health, a study done by the American Society on Microbiology showed that only 75% of females and 58% of males wash their hands after using the public restroom. Although hand washing is so simple and effective, many individuals fail to do it often enough. According to an article written in 2013 by A. Chan, a journalist with the Huffington Post, a recent study in the Journal of Environmental Health found that only 5% of individuals properly wash their hands long enough to kill infection-causing bacteria. So not only are people not washing their hands at all, those that are washing their hands aren't doing it properly and not even killing the bacteria that were on their hands in the first place. Now that I told you about how many people don't wash their hands or don't do it properly, let me tell you about the solution to this problem. First, I'm going to tell you about why you need to practice hand hygiene. Second, I'm going to tell you about how to do it properly. According to an article written in 2000 by Ruth Lexier, an RN with Infection Control Today, hand washing is the single most effective way to prevent transmission of antimicrobial resistant organisms, such as bacteria that cause MRSA in humans. Hand washing is so simple, yet so effective. 30 seconds of your day could save you weeks of illness. Proper hand hygiene should be pretty simple, but many people rush through it without doing it properly. According to an article written in 2014 by Purva Mathur, an author with the National Institute of Health, titled "Hand Hygiene: Back to the Basics of Infection Control." We need to wash our hands every time we use the restroom, before and after having food, and anytime our hands are visibly dirty. If the dirt isn't visible, an alcohol-based sanitizer is usually sufficient for killing the germs. Washing your hands should be pretty simple. I mean, the steps, anybody could really do it. To properly wash your hands, though, lather some soap on your hands. Make sure you get in between your fingernails and under your nails. Scrub for at least 20 seconds. Rinse your hands and dry them. It's pretty simple, but this small way can save you time, money, and your own health and the health of those around you. We have discussed the importance of hand washing and how to practice hand hygiene. Now that I've told you about how easy it is to pick up germs, how many people don't wash their hands properly, if at all, the significance of hand washing, and how to do it properly, I hope you can leave here today with an understanding of how something so simple, yet so effective. Hand washing can save you time, health, money, if you do it properly and often enough. So whenever you feel you've come in contact with something that could potentially make you sick, which is really anything, if someone who's sick touched that one thing and then you come and touch that one thing, then you have a potential to get sick as well. So pretty much as often as you can, practice hand hygiene to greatly reduce the risk of getting yourself or those around you ill.